I thought this was a sequel to High School Musical. What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the brand new Zac Efron-led movie, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. I want you guys to get down in the comments section below. Let me know, did you like this movie? Was it underwhelming, disappointing, or did it surprise you? I'm excited to talk about it. I've actually been looking forward to this for quite a while, and as always, every single Friday I'm reviewing the brand new movie and series on Netflix. This is not the only thing I'm reviewing today. A lot of stuff dropped on Netflix, so it's going to be a very busy day for me, but it's all worth it in the end. Let's talk about this film. So a courtroom frenzy ensues and sweeps 1970s America when a young single mother reluctantly tips the attention of a widespread manhunt towards her longtime boyfriend, Ted Bundy. So one of the more interesting things about this movie, it actually comes from the director, Joe Berlinger, from Conversations of a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. That's right, the docuseries that dropped on Netflix earlier this year. I watched that docuseries. It is very good. It's in-depth. It explores how everything went down and gives it to you from the perspective of the people involved. Now, that same director tackled this movie, and sure enough, Netflix picks the film up. It drops a lot earlier than people were expecting. Originally, just because of the whole Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy, you would think Oscar consideration, it was going to drop later on in the year. It gets a May release date. I was excited for it because I wanted to see how Zac Efron was going to portray this killer in a very different light than what you may expect going into this movie. I think the choice here is very bold to tell it from the perspective of her being Lily Collins, who plays Liz very well. You understand where she's coming from and why she feels the way that she feels about this man who comes off as this very suave man who knows exactly what he's doing. He can manipulate and portray himself in the most positive light possible. And even I, at times, watching this movie, knowing what he's doing in the background, I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, it kind of stinks because I like their relationship. And then you have to kind of snap yourself out of it just because Zac Efron is so good as Ted Bundy. And I said it, he's really good in this movie. I've always really liked Zac Efron. He has made choices that haven't really worked for his career, and sometimes I just sit back and I go, why does he still have the agent that he has? Fire your agent, Zac, because he's making very bad decisions. But with this movie, I don't think this was a bad decision. I think this was a great move for his career, and I want to see more out of Zac Efron in this light. Is he worthy enough to be considered for an Oscar? While it was one of the better performances I have seen this year, I don't want to say anything yet just because we've not gotten into Oscar season. There's still a lot of movies to come out. But like I said, he's really good in the movie. But let's get back to the choice of telling it from this perspective. Like I said, it's going to be a divisive one. Some people are going to watch this movie. And if you do, I can't necessarily blame you because I see where you're coming from. You're going to watch this and you're going to say, why was he portrayed in this light when what he was actually doing was the most maniacal and messed up thing maybe that anyone has ever done? It's disgusting, it's horrible, but this film portrays him as this lovely man for the most part. Now, every now and then you get a slight hint or a slight nudge at what he's been doing behind the scenes. Not a spoiler because it's a true story and you guys know where this is going. And I like that. Maybe I would have liked to have seen more of that because it really does portray him in such a positive light for the first two-thirds going into the final act of the movie. He's Zac Efron. I mean, how do you not like Zac Efron when he is being Zac Efron? And I think that's why he casted Zac Efron, because he is perfect to play the role that he was supposed to play. And then you look at the actual Ted Bundy, and they do have a resemblance. He was portrayed publicly. There were people screaming over him and believing him, and even Liz, who knows deep down what he is doing and what he has done, she can't help but to feel like she has to defend him from all of this madness going on, and it's a very interesting, convoluted, and corrupt relationship, and you can see that, and you can still kind of tell that he's this nasty man on the inside, but he's portrayed so well, and I believe directed so well. I really enjoyed the directing in this movie. Berlinger plays, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, it's either Berlinger or Berlinger. He plays everything very close to the chest. He is not revealing what everyone knows he is going to reveal eventually during moments of the movie when you expect him to reveal it, and I like that. It's a very interesting way, and when I say interesting, I mean he goes for it. He does this saying, I'm going to commit to the fact that I have Zac Efron playing this man, and I'm going to play him how he was portrayed to everyone else, and then I'm going to snap the fans out of their trance and make them realize that it was Ted Bundy all of this time, and I believe that's what he was going for. I hope people can get on board for that style of movie because this is very different from what we're used to seeing. Now, there are aspects of this script that go down a very conventional route. The dialogue at times is a bit too on the nose, and the end, really the entire third act, I was getting a little bit like, okay, can we move this along because it's a lot of court cases and Jim Parsons trying to tell everyone how corrupt this man actually was, and that was kind of a rinse and repeat cycle during the entire third act, even though it was very integral and important to the story. I'm not saying this is the best movie I've ever seen, but for a Netflix film about Ted Bundy from the guy who brought us this two-part docuseries earlier in the year, I love that series, and I really enjoyed this movie. I am going to be one of those guys that defends the choice to go down this route. It is a very bold and distinct choice, and not everyone, like I said, is going to love it, but I enjoyed it for the performances. I like seeing Haley Joel Osment in there. It's not a groundbreaking film about a topic like this, but it is one that I think the audience is going to appreciate, and a lot of people who aren't Zac Efron fans may be converted by this movie because, once again, he's very good in this film, and I can't wait to see more from him. All of those things being said, I am going to give Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile a solid 68% with the right to maybe move up to a 70. I know my wife really wants to see this movie. I will probably watch it again. There are things to like, and then some things I had questions about filmmaking-wise, but I think another watch will do me good. And the good thing is, it is on Netflix right now for you guys to check out, see for yourselves, and let me know in the comments down below. Did you love this movie? Did you just like it like I did? Or were you very disappointed and upset by the choice? I'm interested to see the comments and the thoughts down below. Thank you guys once again for watching this video. I think 2 new Netflix series dropped today, 2 more movies, and you got Ugly Dolls and The Intruder. I have a lot of things to watch and do this weekend, but like I always say, at the end of the day, it is worth it for you guys. I will catch you later on today.